Picture this. A farmer in the Midwestern US is struggling to keep up. Demand is rising. Pests destroy half his crops, and there aren't enough workers on his farm. There's even a water shortage on top of that. But as he's drowning in an ocean of problems, he finds his life vest. He learns there's actually a path where he can grow more healthy crops with fewer resources. With the help of one thing: AI. Artificial intelligence is breaking into agriculture at the perfect time. With a projected 9.9 billion people on the planet by 2050, and with food demands increasing as high as 56% more in that time, AI is arriving to help frustrated farmers with one major problem: increasing demand and decreasing supply. We'll reveal 3 real-life ways AI is transforming the agriculture industry, and why so many farmers are welcoming artificial intelligence with open arms. In the past, farmers used to take hours to closely monitor the growth stages of crops in order to judge how healthy they are and see if they're getting the nutrients in the soil that they need. But there was a problem. The human eye isn't always accurate, and farmers ended up spending way too much time just to make an inaccurate judgment. Enter AI, which can monitor crops and soil on its own. Drones can now take pictures from above, and trained computer vision models use those pictures for intelligent monitoring of crops. So crop health and soil condition are all analyzed by AI, which can make more accurate yield predictions and even detect crop malnutrition much faster than the everyday farmer can. Let's take wheat, for example. It'd take a farmer months of intense observation to manually monitor the growth stages of a wheat head. But after analyzing years of wheat growth stages, AI can now accurately identify wheat growth a lot faster and more accurately than any human can. The same goes for tomatoes. AI can detect if a tomato is ripe or not in seconds. An algorithm studied color on 5 different spots on a tomato, and then estimated its maturity level based on that. The result? A 99% accuracy rate. So what does all this mean for farmers? Less trips out into the fields to examine their crops, less labor-intensive work, and a more efficient process. Some startups and programs also utilize this same technology and are at the forefront of smart agriculture. Over at Microsoft, they started Project Farmbeats, a project designed to utilize AI in agriculture. But they're making it very clear that AI isn't replacing farmers. It's just giving them more accurate data to make better decisions. Through Farmbeats, Microsoft is helping farmers with data-driven farming. Since most farms often have no internet or electricity out in the fields, manual tracking and monitoring may not be accurate. That's where Microsoft steps in. The data collected from sensors, drones, and machine learning algorithms will help the farmer increase efficiency while cutting costs and saving time. Considering about 30% of food that's grown ends up wasted, knowing exactly when to harvest crops will be invaluable. That process is evident in Zordi, a startup that's transforming one family's farm. Casey Call, a farmer, and Gil-Woo Lee, a robotics expert, founded the company in 2020, and they've been using AI and robots to grow strawberries. Machine learning monitors the growth process and controls the environment in the greenhouse. And robots harvest the fruit when they determine it's ripe. Even smaller organic farmers have been getting in on the AI movement. Andrew Carter is the founder of Smallhold, which grows mushrooms in a controlled environment. Smallhold created a computer system that runs a specific recipe for each growing room, based on the type of mushroom that's there. And just like Zordi does with strawberries, Carter uses AI to be able to harvest the mushrooms at the perfect time. But monitoring crops isn't the only thing AI can help farmers with. They also help fix another giant problem: eliminating weeds. Just take a look at John Deere's See and Spray technology that they launched in 2022. It uses machine vision, cameras, and sensors to not just detect weeds, but also remove them. Usually, farmers would spray a whole field with herbicide, but AI tech can identify the weed and spray it specifically, without overspraying. Putting less herbicides into the soil makes farming more environmentally friendly and more sustainable too. But sometimes herbicides aren't even needed. Head over to Robotics, and you'll see a robot that uses nothing but lasers to weed an entire field. Their robot can destroy up to 100,000 weeds per hour without using herbicides at all. Or look at Bosch's robot, BoniRob, which can detect weeds with image recognition technology. BoniRob can roll autonomously through a field, removing weeds with sheer violence, using a ramming rod to take out unwanted plants. In the US alone, there are over 200 AI-based agriculture startups, and the industry is changing for the better. All of these methods end up saving loads of time for farmers and result in less herbicide in the ground and healthier crops. But let's look at one last way that AI is changing the industry: by detecting plant diseases ahead of time. Rather than a farmer having to analyze each crop by hand, computer vision can identify and diagnose plant diseases much quicker. In one study, black apple rot was used to demonstrate the major stages of disease severity, and the AI was able to learn from it and diagnose disease severity with a 90% success rate. Another study took it a step further and programmed an algorithm to detect diseases or pests on tomato plants. The model then detected them with a 92% accuracy rate. But the best part for farmers? The AI did it in just 20 milliseconds. And this is just the beginning. AI can also detect flying insects, count livestock, and monitor animal health. But there's far more that AI models and autonomous robots can do. In fact, spending on AI in agriculture is expected to reach $4.7 billion by 2028. Comment below what you'd want to see AI do next in the world of farming. Because at the end of the day, AI computer vision is completely changing the way we think about agriculture, leading to more efficient, more climate-friendly, and more sustainable farming.